Hi guys, I hope you are all doing well. Let's see today's question. So today's question is from the topic of trigonometry, and in this question we have been told that a balloon has been observed simultaneously. So this is your balloon from 3 points A, B and C on a straight road under it. And we have been told that angle of elevation at point B is double of that of A. So B is near to the balloon compared to A. So let's say this is A and this is B. And we have been also told that angle of elevation at C is 3 times of that of A. So C will be the most nearest point. After that, we have been told to find the height of this balloon H from the ground if the distance between A and B is 200 meters and the distance between B and C is given to us as 100 meters. So now let's try to find the height of this balloon from the point of ground here. Let's understand. So first thing what I will do is I need to also mark this point. Let's say this is my balloon point, which is P. This is my angle, let's say theta. So this becomes 2 theta and this becomes 3 theta. And let's say this point on the ground, which is directly perpendicular to the balloon, is D. Now we don't have this distance CD with us. So let's assume, let's say the length of this CD is X meters. So if I keep this as X, now I can apply some ideas. If I apply this, I get tan 3 theta. So if I apply tan in this right angle triangle, I get that as opposite upon adjacent, that is X. So from here I get X is H upon tan 3 theta, or I can also write this as H and cot 3 theta. So we have here X as H into cot 3 theta. Simultaneously, if I apply tan 2 theta in this triangle B, P and D, you get it here as H upon X plus 100. So I get here X plus 100 is H upon tan 2 theta. So it becomes H into cot 2 theta. And the third, if I see the largest triangle, that is tan theta is H upon X plus 300. So tan theta is H upon X plus 300. So X plus 300 becomes H and cot. So you have this equation 1, this is your equation 2, and this is your equation 3. Now let's try to solve these 3 ideas and try to evaluate this value of H here in this question. Let's do that. So if I do this here, from 1 and 2, if I subtract them, I get this as, if I do let's say 1 minus 2, what do I get here is X minus X minus 100. So it becomes minus 100 is equal. This becomes H cot 3 theta and minus H. So H I am taking out common. So you get it here as cot 3 theta minus cot 2 theta. If I solve it further, it becomes minus 100 is equal to H. Cot 3 theta, I can write that as cos 3 theta upon sin 3 theta minus cos 2 theta upon sin. Solving this further gives us minus 100 is equal to H into cos 3 theta sin 2 theta minus sin 3 theta cos 2 upon, this gives me sin 3 theta sin. So we have here as minus 100 is equal to H into. So this gives us sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. So it becomes h into sine of a minus b, so 2 theta minus 3 theta upon sine 3 theta into sine. So if I solve this further, it gives me minus 100 is equal to h sine of minus theta upon sine 3 theta into sine 2. You get here minus, if I take sine of minus theta is also minus sine theta. If I take that out, minus 100 becomes minus h sine theta upon sine 3 theta into sine 2 theta. So your minus minus gets cancelled. You have your h sine theta upon sine 3 theta into sine 2 theta is equal to 100. So this becomes your equation number 4. So you get this equation number 4. Now if I subtract 2 and 3, let's see what I get. So if I do that, if I do 2 minus 3, I get it from this, that x plus 100 minus x minus 300. So it becomes 100 minus 300 minus 200. That is equal to h. If I take out common, I get left out terms are cot 2 theta minus cot theta. So you have here cot 2 theta minus cot. So you get here as minus 200 h. Again, this I can write as cos 2 theta sine 2 theta minus cos theta sine. So you get here as h cos 2 theta sine theta minus sine 2 theta upon sine 2 theta into sine. Now you have here sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So minus 200 here, minus 200 here. That gives you sine A minus B. So sine of theta minus 2 theta upon sine 2 theta into sine. So this further gives us minus 200 is equal to h. Sine of minus theta, that is again minus sine theta. So again, minus minus gets cancelled. We are left with sine 2 theta. Now I can see here that I can directly cancel out sine theta. So I will cancel out that. I get here h upon sine 2 theta is equal. So we have this equation, let's say 5 with us. So fourth equation we had was h sine theta upon sine 3 theta sine 2 theta is equal to 100, and here we have h upon sine 3 theta sine 2 theta is equal to 200. So if I divide it here, let's say if I divide equation 4 with 5 here, let's see what I get. So we have here left out h sine theta upon sine 3 theta sine 2 theta theta upon sine 3 theta sine 2 theta is equal to or divided by h upon sine 2 theta is equal to 100 upon 200. That's half. H and h gets cancelled. Sine 2 theta, sine 2 theta also gets cancelled. You are only left with sine theta is equal to half sine 3 theta. Now if I solve this, try to solve this further, I get this as 2 sine theta is equal to sine 3 theta. We already know that is nothing but sine 3 theta. If I use the idea of double angle, we already know that is given as 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube. So now if I write it here as, so 2 I have taken already here, sine 3 theta, I write it as the sine 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube. Now if I take everything on the left hand side, it becomes 4 sine cube theta and plus 2 sine theta minus 3 sine theta, so minus sine theta is equal to 0. Now if I solve this, you get the equation sine theta. If I take out common, you have 4 sine square theta minus 1 is equal to 0. So you get from this expression sine theta is equal to 0, or I get this as 4 sine square theta minus 1 is equal to 0. That gives you 4 sine square theta is equal to 1. Sine square theta is equal to 1 by 4. Sine square theta is nothing but I can write this as half square. And half I get in terms of sine when it is sine 30 degrees, right? So sine 30 is nothing but sine pi by 6. So you get from here that theta can be pi by 6 or theta can be 0. So you have two angles here, theta can be equals to 0 or theta can be equals to pi by 6. Now let's see. We have two options of angles here. That is, angle can be either 0 or pi by 6. That is 30 degrees. But I cannot have theta as 0 here because here we have been already told that angle at B is double and angle at C is triple. So I cannot have theta as 0 degrees because it would become actually flat line. So we have theta in this case, we cannot have it as 0. So the only possible value for theta we get here is 30 degrees. So if I keep theta as pi by 6, now let's see what is the height here. I can put it in any one of them. So if I put it, let's say here only. So we have here h x plus 100 is equal to h and cot 2 theta. Or we can put it in the equation number 5 also directly. So we have here h is 200 and into sine 2 theta. So if we write that here, equation 5 says h is 200 and sine 2 theta. 200 we have as it is sine 2 theta. Theta we have it as pi by 6. That becomes sine of pi by 3. 200 into sine 60 is root 3 by. So we have the answer here with us, that is 100. So height becomes 100 root 3. So we were asked the height of the balloon from the ground and we got it as 100 to 3 meters. And the option, if you see that matches here with the question, is C. So correct answer for the question here is C. I hope you have understood how to solve these types of questions. So it was a simple trigonometric problem. The only important challenge was to eliminate one of these variables out of x and h. And how did we do that? We just subtracted both of these equations. We got it in terms of h and theta. Just dividing them, we got our angle theta. So once we got our angle theta pi by 6, we just substituted it in equation 5 to get the value of h. I'll meet you again tomorrow with the next question. Till then, you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, share these videos with your friends who are also involved in the preparation of JEE. Thank you.